back to our tier board. So we did revamp it per the guidelines. And so we have our goals, we have our strategies that are right out of our strategic plan. And then what we've started to do is within each of our divisions, all of the directors are marking up, you know, whether they're involved in making sure these strategies get executed. And so there's some accountability back to the various divisions and the staff.
So I was going to ask you how you could have 7 leads.
Well, right now we're just looking at who needs to be involved, and then we'll have a primary and a secondary. And Tanya will be primary on anything that she has an X on.
Yes, I own a customer-facing relationship.
And then we'll have identified projects. So we definitely have, I mentioned a couple of the projects around data. We'll have measures and projects here, so we'll be able to track progress on that. And that shouldn't be a problem. So it will be a very living and measurable type of strategic plan and Tier 4 board that will show progress.
So Bill, will you only have TCIT projects on here, or?
Oh, no.
Okay, so you're gonna do
Yeah.
enterprise?
It'll be mostly customer projects.
Okay, good.
That we're
Good.
supporting.
Okay.
In terms of our other goals, I'm really excited about these goals. I think they're very forward-looking. They're very customer focused and also focused on our residents. So effective digital systems. This is modernizing our application portfolio, which we've talked a lot about. And there's a lot of modernization projects that are approved through the budget and otherwise that we're doing to do an uplift and standardize our applications. So this is something that's easy to measure. And you can see here that we're starting to think about how we're going to measure this in terms of how many applications do we have on premise, in other words, are running in servers in our data center, and how many are we moving to the cloud. Anything we move into the cloud doesn't require server, compute, and storage in our data center. And so, you know, space, resources, licensing, all that is relieved, and we can move it right out to
So you have it
Amazon.
there because it's gonna impact our overall cost then.
Yes.
Do
Yeah.
do we have an idea what that impact is going to be in 2017? As far as maybe a target or how that?
That's what we're working on. That's exactly what we have to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we're also going to track our portfolio. We have close to 1,000 applications in our application portfolio. We've identified those now, which is a good first step.
Yes.
And,
Actually, 1,043
yeah.
applications.
Yeah, so we have about 5 times the applications that we should have. And a lot of the applications are because we had old systems that couldn't be changed for whatever reason. Either they didn't have the source code or they didn't know how to change it. And so they started creating
That's
access
databases.
Band-Aids.
systems around, yeah,
Band-Aids.
yeah, Band-Aids that then interfaced, and so we just had an explosion of access systems and these side systems that now that we're modernizing with case management systems and jail management systems, we can get rid of all those. But when we went to the cost per application model for our budget process, that's when we started making headway.
Yep.
So all of a sudden it was like, wait a minute, I don't have money to pay for all these. Do I need all these? And we started asking and answering the right questions.
And DAJD saved $1 million by saying, we don't really need those 20
Yeah,
applications.
yeah.
So Bill, sorry, in layman's terms then, on cost, we think the biggest driver to cost reduction in 2017.
For this strategy,
For just that strategy.
for this is,
Okay.
yeah.
Is to
And then
moving.
for other
moving to the
strategies,
cloud.
we'll have some cost items as well.
Gotcha, okay.
Moving to the cloud and reducing the number of applications that we
Yeah.
have.
And then as you folks go further, then we're gonna have an idea of what impact that will have versus that
Yeah.
to your overall.
Some of our other goals, IT mobility, and that's around a lot around what we're doing with Skype and wireless and making sure that we have the tools and the infrastructure to make our staff more mobile. It also is we're doing in the conference rooms, around making sure that we have the right technology so that we can have efficient meetings and not having desktops and being able to take your device and move from place to place. So this is continues to be a very important goal for us. Civic engagement is not just the web, but making sure that we have tools and ways to engage our residents. And we're doing Derek Belt's doing a virtual town hall now, and looking at that'll allow us to put an issue out there and engage the residents on what they're, and so we can get a better, you know, the purpose of this goal is to ensure that we have the tools to engage our residents in their government more than